Good evening, everyone. I'd like to welcome you to the Otsego City Council meeting. Tonight is Monday, March 9th. Audra, can you have the record show the attorney online?
Not yet, Mayor.
Okay. The attorney is not present at this time. The city planner is present, the city engineer is present, along with council members Dunlap, Gady, Tanner, and Lund, along with our city administrator and our assistant city administrator. At this time, I'll ask you all to join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Our first item of business this evening is our open forum. This is the portion of the meeting where you can come to the podium, state your name and address, and limit comments to 5 minutes or less. Would anyone like to speak at this time?
Shorter than this. Thank you, Madam Mayor. I'll just stand on my tiptoes. Thank you, Ben.
We can lower it for you. Hold on.
Pardon. Oh, that very fancy. I'm just a park and rec person. Know all this fancy stuff. Thank you, Mayor and council members. My name is Kitty Baltos, and I am the chair of the Park and Rec Commission. I also was a member on the Prairie Park Advisory Commission that met in 2024 to develop a plan that was brought forward to you. So the commission, the advisory commission, they used reviewed a lot of community feedback, and they looked at suggestions and, positive things that they wanted to happen, and also some negatives that they saw. And with that, they were able to create a plan that they could bring forward to the park commission. Then we, as the park commission, we looked at, we looked at the comments from the public, which there were quite a few. We were very happy about the public feedback that we received. And we worked to try and create a well thought out and community responsive plan for the Prairie Park. I know that the overall plan was approved by City Council in 2024. So today you are going to be looking at phase 1, which the Park Commission did unanimously approve, recommending it to the City Council for approval. We appreciate your thorough review and consideration as you review the plan. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other comments?
Chuck Hediger, 9539 Parkington Avenue. I'm just coming here to see if anybody's gone out and took a look at that culvert in my yard that runs under 95th there. It's now the road is starting to actually sink above the culvert. And like I said, the culvert is 2 to 3 inches above my dirt. And you walk into the lowest part of my backyard and look, it is an upward climb to that culvert. So that culvert needs to be buried further down or just removed because it does nothing. So if someone could go out there and take a look at it, that'd be great.
We'll Chuck, we'll get a response during this from our engineer.
I gotta go somewhere.
Okay, can we get your number?
Yeah.
Okay, Ron, can you go down and grab his number just so? Thank you. Sorry. All right, any other open forum comments? All right, seeing no other comments during open forum, we will move on to consider our agenda for approval. Does anyone have anything that they would like to add or delete at this time?
Madam Mayor?
Yes, Ryan.
I move to approve the agenda as written.
Second.
Motion by Ryan, seconded by Corey. Is there any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Moving on to our consent agenda.
Madam Mayor?
Yes, Ryan?
I move to approve the consent agenda as written.
Second. Motion by Ryan, seconded by Michelle. Is there any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye. Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Moving on to item 4.1. It is Meadow Haven. I will turn this over to our city planner.
Thank you, Mayor. This is a request from Summergate Development for preliminary plat and approval of a development located south of 70th Street along McAllister Avenue, essentially between 70th Street and 60th Street, just to the east of the Otsego Preserve and Remington Cove neighborhood. You can see on the aerial, this area started developing in about 2005 with the west wastewater treatment facility being constructed. Developments progressed. Now it's these parcels fronting on the west side of McAllister Avenue that are the next tier of development, kind of on the west edge of the West Sewer District. The applications involved in the request tonight include a zoning map amendment rezoning from A1 district to R5 single and two family district, preliminary plat of 80 single family lots, conditional use permit to allow some flexibility with lot sizes within the development, consistent with the recommendations of the comprehensive plan. There's also a vacation of right-of-way that's along the north edge of the property. So the comprehensive plan does guide the property for low-density residential uses, which is single-family neighborhoods. Comprehensive plan encourages a mix of lot sizes and lot widths within each development. This project has 65-foot and 75-foot wide lots, transitioning to the smaller lots the closer you get to McAllister Avenue, with future industrial development on the opposite side of that roadway. So putting more intensive uses closer to those uses in the future. You have, again, the single family neighborhoods to the south, to the north, to the west. To the north and south of this property would also be expected to be single family residential neighborhoods. So access to the property would be off of McAllister Avenue. The developer will improve what's an existing gravel road from the south line of the plat all the way north to County Road 38. It'll be an urban section with curb and gutter on the west side and a boulevard and trail. On the east side of the road, across from the plat, it'll still have gravel shoulder and a ditch, but the city owns the site just to the northeast of that for the South Central Water Treatment Plant. The city will improve its side of the road as part of the project, so that section of the street will be fully complete. Within the plat itself, again, 60 single family lots, median area of 9,000 square feet with those varied lot widths. There are the ability to accommodate a home within required setbacks that are standard for the zoning district. In terms of landscaping that will be added to the site, they will provide 2 trees per lot, and also then buffer yard landscaping along the McAllister Avenue frontage at the very northeast corner of the plat. The streets within the plat are all designed as public city streets with a 28-foot wide section within a 60-foot wide right-of-way. There's a sidewalk on one side. We should note for the streets department, there are no cul-de-sacs within this development, so they'll be happy with that from a maintenance standpoint. In the future, there will be connections to the property to the south. One of the conditions of approval is that there also needs to be a connection to the north to facilitate movement between the future neighborhoods, both for service vehicles, residents, and emergency vehicles as well. The city engineer completed a review of the engineering elements of the project and found that they comply with the requirements of the subdivision ordinance and engineering manual. The plat also includes 5 outlots, which are parcels typically unbuildable, at least initially. 4 of those encompass stormwater basins and wetlands. The 5th one at the southeast corner of the property encompasses a portion of the site that could be developed with single-family lots in the future. Park dedication requirements are triggered with subdivision of any property within the city. This site is within a 1/4 mile of Zimmer Farm Park. So there's no need to dedicate land. So the city would accept a cash fee in lieu of land that can be used to develop other park facilities. With respect to the 67th Street vacation, this goes back again to the initial development in the West Sewer District when Zimmer Farms came in along with Remington Coves. 67th Street used to be a straight gravel road between McIver Avenue and McAllister. It was basically rerouted through those subdivisions. You can see where it currently ends to the north of what was the gravel road. The expectation is that when this property develops, it will be continued, but the right-of-way between the northwest corner of the site, McAllister Avenue, is not needed for roadway purposes any longer. So the public hearing has been held to vacate that. The resolution affecting the vacation would be processed when the final plat is submitted for city council approval. So city staff's recommendation was for approval of the applications based on consistency with the comprehensive plan and compliance with the city's development regulations. Also with regards to 67th Street, that right of way no longer serves public purpose, so vacation is appropriate. The Planning Commission held a public hearing at their meeting on March 2nd. There were a number of residents that spoke with questions regarding drainage and trees at the perimeter of the property, which were addressed both by the developer and city staff. The Planning Commission didn't have concerns with the project based on its compliance with what was forecast to occur here. So they recommended approval unanimously, subject to the 15 conditions that we stated in our report. We have ordinance 2026 03, amending the zoning map, and resolution 2026-22 approving the subdivision applications for your consideration this evening.
Thank you. Does the applicant wish to comment?
Good evening, Mayor, members of council, staff, members of the audience. Brian Tucker with Summergate Development. We're out of Lakeville, and we develop residential properties all over the Twin Cities. Really don't have anything to add to the presentation. I think they covered all the details, so we look forward to working on this project, and I'm happy to answer any questions that you might have.
Okay, thank you. All right, council, any questions for staff or for the applicant?
Madam Mayor, just a quick one.
Yes.
Dan, you said that and I remember this in the planning commission meeting too. You said that they have to connect to the northern plot or the northern plat there. Correct. Does that mean that there's going to be a road where essentially lot 6 is in that map?
Yes.
Okay. But then we're also vacating the right of way for that spot too, right?
So the right of way that's to be vacated runs parallel to the north line. So that will be cleared off the plat, and then basically this street extended directly north. They'll rededicate that right away.
I see. So in the future, when that plat to the north gets developed, the road will be on that portion.
Correct.
Gotcha.
Yep. You can see the temporary cul-de-sac here.
Yeah.
That would be extended in. So you basically end up with a block of lots along this north line backing up to these with the street coming through.
Understood. Thank you.
Any other questions or comments? Otherwise, a motion would be in order.
Madam Mayor, I'll make a motion.
Yes, Tina.
Motion to adopt ordinance 2026-03, amending the zoning map and adopt resolution 2026-22, adopting findings of fact and approving a planned unit development conditional use permit and preliminary plat of Meadow Haven as presented.
Second.
Motion by Tina, seconded by Ryan. Is there any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Moving on to 5.1, Prairie Park Phase 1 project grant application. You're a little taller than Kitty.
All right. Good evening, Mayor and Council. Good to see you again. So tonight before you is a resolution of support for the Phase 1 Prairie Park project. This is a application for the outdoor recreation grant, which is through the Minnesota DNR. This grant is a match grant, eligible up to $1 million as long as projects are above that. Prairie Park Phase 1 is estimated at 7.78. Obviously, well within that $1 million requirement. So we are eligible potentially for up to $500,000 if our application is accepted and we are awarded. So tonight before you is a resolution of support from council stating that you are about the application. You are excited for it and support the process, and we'd be looking for a motion to approve.
Madam Mayor.
Yes, Michelle. Oh, no, I was just gonna say, does anyone have any questions or comments?
I'm not excited, but
Okay.
no, I was just gonna submit the motion. Okay. I'd like to submit the motion to adopt resolution 2026-23, authorizing application for outdoor recreation grant for Prairie Park Phase 1. Second.
Motion by Michelle, seconded by Tina. Is there any discussion?
Madam Mayor,
Yes, Ryan.
this is a tough one. And I know it seems like it shouldn't be because this is just applying for a grant for 500,000. The problem I have, and we just went through this in our special meeting discussion, but it's a big project, a lot of money. And I'm looking at, and maybe this isn't fair, but I'm looking at phase 1 and phase 2, whatever phase 2 looks like. It's going to be a lot of money for us. And it's tempting to look at, well, we could get this $500,000 grant. Maybe that'll come through. Even if it does come through, I think that's a poison pill for us, because what it ends up doing is we get this park at a reduced cost, but then we have to pay for it again when it comes time for another park renovation. So for me, this is too big. And what I'm worried about is in the future, we're going to have to set aside money to pay for those renovations over the next 20 years or however much it's going to cost us for that future park renovation. So I do appreciate the Parks and Rec commissioners coming tonight. This is a tough one for me. Like I said, it's tempting to just say yes and go for the $500,000 and hope we get it. But I think the right time for me to say no, I don't agree with this. The cost of this project is right now. So it's going to be a no for me.
Any other comments? Corey?
Madam Mayor, yeah, I can appreciate the sentiment, I guess, as I said in our other meeting too, that, we're coming off, big projects that, the community, had different feelings on, and you need to be delicate on that. But for this project, it's a community investment, as we found out in the master plan. And I think going forward, we're going to have to pay for maintenance of this park anyway. So I think good fortune if we get this grant, and so I'm for that.
Any other comments? We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign.
Aye.
Motion passes 4-1. Moving on to item 5.2, Prairie Park Phase 1 project planning and design.
Thank you, Mayor. So tonight, again, on the Prairie Park Phase 1 Master Plan, as we've discussed at 5:30, and then now bringing it up again, there are two proposals before you, one from HKGI, our park planning firm, and one from Hawkinson Anderson, the city's engineer. Both outline the services they offer to provide the city for this project and the Phase 1 improvements. And total amount for that is $357,500. The Phase 1 plan right now, is obviously improving some existing things here. The playground, it's adding flushable restrooms to the park, open air pavilion with a concession window to help facilitate the ball field activities, as well as, the park commission chose to pull in the ball fields from Phase 2 to Phase 1 to kind of have more of a comprehensive approach and package. It also has some things on the site, as well as expanding parking, existing, doing maintenance to existing things, addressing deferred maintenance items such as the playground, the drinking fountain, the parking lot, the trails. So really feel this is a comprehensive approach to the Phase 1 of this project, and looking tonight for a motion to approve if council so chooses. Chair Baltos did a nice job of speaking on the behalf of the Parks and Recreation Commission. There were other commissioners who reached out and expressed their excitement as well about this project and getting it started. We had a thorough discussion at 5:30, and I look forward to hearing any questions.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? Corey?
Madam Mayor, I think it just may be important, like we were talking about communication on this, to maybe, can you speak to the deferred maintenance?
Mayor, absolutely. So deferred maintenance are items that the city has pushed off due to budget constraints or just, time as well. So some of those items as identified are the playground, the parking lot, the ball fields. And many of these things, while ball fields in particular have come before council and been rejected due to being over budget. Many of these things are items that are currently not compliant for ADA standards. The playground itself obviously is through its lifespan. It's that 20+ year threshold. So there are things that whether we want to or not, we have to address at this time, right? So we do have some money set aside for specifically the playground, but we feel that it's best to take a comprehensive approach. It kind of be a pain to have a beautiful playground, but a crappy parking lot, or, you know, facilities that don't look up to par of the beautiful playground or pavilion or things like that. So it's really that comprehensive package that makes it appetizing to bidders and gives us more buying power for per dollar.
Thank you. Any other questions or
Yes.
comments, Corey?
Nick, I was gonna say too, you know, I thought you brought up a good point in our other meeting about, you know, this isn't the end dollar. I mean, we could get different funding from other sources, and so just want people to be cautious of, you see this big number and it's, you know, people are probably gonna have thoughts about that, but so half of this, or not half of it, a third of this is deferred maintenance, and you know, we could see other funding sources come in and help this out. So
Mayor, that is correct. So one of the avenues potentially mentioned just in this prior item is the outdoor recreation grant, right? So there's up to $500,000 of funding potentially. We do have Fund 205, which is our capital equipment, which is the playground. We have around $897,000 in there to help fund this project. There's park dedication. There's certain avenues when it comes to actually time to get this project out to bid and what the final number is. It is a high level cost estimate at this time. We will look for ways to, bring that number down, obviously, but we want to make sure that we're transparent with what we present tonight and the potential for what the project could be. And absolutely, there's potential for partnerships when it comes to youth groups and businesses and certain avenues, the Otsego Lions, things that we look to explore if adopted tonight. And there's actually a plan. It's easier for staff to go out and seek those things.
and residents, this isn't the final design. Residents, or new residents even, will have an opportunity to submit their ideas and their wants.
Mayor,
Right.
correct. So this plan does a really nice job of garnering more community engagement. There's surveys, there is open houses, there's tons of public meetings. Like I said, there's a lot of opportunities, and this plan is definitely able to change and incorporate feedback for the playground, the building, really any design feature is subject to the community's feedback.
And I said at the last meeting, I appreciate all the touch points that will be happening that HKGI is proposing, that the Park and Rec staff is proposing, making sure that the council is aware of where the community feedback is at that point. And as Corey said, we have many new residents that have moved here since this was even adopted. So there's no final decision on exactly what this will look like. And we need all the residents to have input on what this community park will look like. Since this is our central park, we have the most items here. This draws a lot of residents, people from outside of our community. And as you said, there are pieces to this park that have not been addressed over the years and also just have expired with our life expectancy. So we are trying to take a comprehensive look at that. And I appreciate our workshop before that you went through everything with us, but to the commission and also the side group that we had that put together this plan, thank you for your time also, because it wasn't just decided overnight. So, but it's nice to finally be at a spot where we can look at it. And we did also, appreciate that things were addressed and changed. You look at the pavilion, originally that was enclosed and now it's open air, and that's a savings right there. So there are ways that the commission was very thoughtful in making sure that they were presenting the council with something that had gone through and really looked at where we could save some money. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, the Park and Rec Commission has done a great job of being very detail oriented in their approach to the overall park and trying to understand what the needs are of the community, what they're expressing at this point in time. Up to this point in time, we'll continue to reach out bang up job. The design team has done a great job of taking that information and putting it into kind of a concept level game plan. That doesn't mean it's final. Addressing some very specific needs for the community in the park. We do the Prairie Park Festival every year, and I could see the concession building and bathrooms and stuff that will be housed in there being very useful and essential for that to support other community events like that. Yeah.
Any other comments? Otherwise, the motion is in front of you guys.
Mayor, I'll make a motion.
Yes, Tina.
Motion to accept the professional planning and design service proposals from HKGI and Haxton Anderson for Prairie Park Phase 1 in the combined amount of $357,500 and authorize staff to proceed with design services.
Second.
Motion by Tina, seconded by Michelle. Is there any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign.
Aye.
Motion passes 4-1.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we will move on to city council reports and updates. Does anyone have anything?
Madam Mayor, the OHPC will be meeting tomorrow night.
Anyone else have anything?
Madam Mayor.
Yeah.
The planning commission met, was it last week? Held a public hearing on Meadowhaven development that we considered earlier tonight and recommended approval. The next planning commission meeting is scheduled for April 6th, where they will hear Meridian Fields, designs for the South Central Water Treatment Plant, and the Canvas Craft expansion.
And we also do have public safety tomorrow evening here at 6:30.
Parks and Rec has been canceled for next week.
Okay.
Because we lack of agenda item. Lots of focus on the Prairie Park. So
And so a plug is also the Easter event, March 28th, 10 a.m. to noon. Go on and register. Connie's in the back shaking her head. Yes.
Yep.
We hope to see you all here.
on the 28th, one more item. On the 28th, we too have the Otsego egg hunt. So just a reminder.
Well, that's the same thing.
Oh, I was not listening to you. I'm so sorry.
At least you admitted it.
He started talking to me.
Right. Does anyone else have? Everyone come to the Easter event. All right, we will move on to staff reports and updates. Sabrina.
Thank you, Mayor. Really, two updates. We've been busy with interviews with the recruitments ongoing. And then I also encourage residents and everyone to take a look at the Otsego View that was recently mailed out. Big shout out to Heidi. It was our first in-house newsletter. She did a really good job. So a lot of good information. Highly recommend taking a look in there. And that is it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Adam.
Mayor, Council, I have no updates this evening.
Audra.
Thank you, Mayor. I have no updates.
Right. Is Dave online?
Yes.
Okay, Dave, any updates?
I have no updates. Thank you, Mayor.
Okay. Dan.
Mayor, the Easter egg hunt is on.
No
other updates.
All right. Ron. Will you be at the Easter event? Are you sure? Miss it now. All right.
It's on the 28th.
All right. Sergeant Altman's. He's putting in his calendar the Easter event.
Extra patrolling.
Well, you'll be at the Easter event.
The Easter egg hunt every year is a very rowdy bunch, so yeah, I
Yes.
gotta be there.
We give away good treats.
My niece will be there. We're gonna send my kids with my niece to go help her find eggs. So
There you go.
as far as updates, a lot of convoluted, complex cases that are kind of going on with a lot of the deputies. So they're putting a lot of work in, a lot of follow up. I'll give a couple examples. There was a suspicious kind of circumstance call that had occurred about a week and a half ago. Kind of a blessing in disguise. One of the businesses off Queens Avenue had been getting hit with when they were building their building. a lot of their materials were getting stolen. So they put some really high quality cameras up, which ended up leading us to find some suspicious people lurking around the shadows later on. So about a week and a half ago, we ended up finding those guys. They had stolen a car out of the metro and dumped a stolen car in the area, and had a bunch of stolen stuff on it and drugs, etc. The same night, there was a burglary at one of the local businesses on the other side of town. Whether those two are related right now, we don't know. Hence the follow-up. Some of our day shift deputies are putting in a ton of time doing follow-ups on various cases up into Elk River and down to Ramsey, trying to get some stuff. Another case that had occurred was actually related more to Monticello, but suspect had done some sketchy things, went into a store, manipulated some tags on it so he could pay about $5 for something that was actually $2,000, and walked out the door with that item. So they actually apprehended that guy today in Otsego with other, again, more stolen stuff and more drugs. So it was good to get him in custody on, for a business that's out small business, so that's out for $2,000 chainsaw basically. So a lot of stuff like that going on. Target's been really good about giving us a call when they have repeat offenders. So we're spending quite a bit of time at Target arresting a lot of people. We definitely have I don't like doing this, like a welcome to Wright County moment. I know I've said that a couple times, but some people are confused when they steal $100 and $200 worth of stuff, and we go, well, it's enough to take you to jail, so we're taking you to jail here in Wright County because we don't want to mess with it and keep letting people get away with it. People keep thinking, well, why don't you just give me the citation so I can go? And no, we're just going to take you to jail on that. So
Welcome to Wright County.
yeah. So we've been doing a lot of that. Target's been keeping us busy on that sort of thing. So.
You could market that. You guys could get like business cards, stickers.
Yep.
Does anyone have anything for the sergeant?
Just anything specific at Target that they're taking, or
A little bit of everything. I mean,
Okay.
there's always like some high price, like Pokemon cards, for
Yeah,
God's
right.
sakes. It's like whatever. It seems like every third one we go, it's Pokemon cards. You'll see when you go there, like sometimes baby formula is locked up because that's one of those high priced items. Usually small stuff that they can tuck in and hide somewhere. Skip scanning still, happening all the time. Push outs are happening all the time where they just literally load up an entire cart full and just walk out the door.
That's
But
cold.
In
Yeah.
some places that works. That's the problem. Some places some cities, some Targets, some Walmarts, they're not allowed to touch them, and law enforcement basically can issue a citation or a summons. Okay, see you later, and they just move on.
Wow.
The record, I think, for Wright County is we had 7 carts full up in Monticello one time. During one time, 7 carts.
One person?
Well, it
Or
was
one
like
group of people?
4 people just kind of grabbed it, and they took their kids, by the way, and took their kids to help them push it out the door.
That's,
7 carts full of
that's some-
merchandise that most of it was actually food that Target had to then throw away because it was touched. So,
right.
With the nice weather, have you had any spring complaints about the electric scooters?
Oh yeah, we've been taking a handful of those out.
Yeah.
That would have been my other update portion, but I want to upset everybody. Because we've taken a handful of complaints on those already, that they're already flying around. It was like the second it was slightly nice weather, they were out and about.
Yes.
Doing 32 miles an hour on sidewalks. So.
All right. If no one else has anything, thank you.
Thanks, Sergeant.
Thank you,
Sorry.
Jason. Thank you. All right. No one else has anything, then a motion to adjourn would be in order. So moved.
Second.
Motion by Tina, seconded by Michelle. Is there any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. The meeting is ended. Thank you all for attending this evening.